Welcome to Easy to Love Yoga with Shanna. Thank you so much for supporting my channel by subscribing. Let's begin our chair class today. We're going to use a yoga strap, so please have a yoga strap handy. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can also use a large men's necktie. Let's come seated forward in our chair, allowing our glutes to be on the chair, hamstrings to be off the chair. So we have that nice 90-degree bend at the knees and feet resting flat on the floor. Rolling the shoulders back and down once just to release any tension and placing the hands wherever they land on your legs. Beautiful. Sitting nice and tall here, thinking about posture, closing your eyes and taking a moment to notice your breath. When you inhale, do allow the chest to rise and then the belly to rise. Exhaling, allowing the belly to fall and then the chest to fall. Let's take the next 3 rounds of breath to notice. Let's begin a scan of our bodies, starting at the crown of the head, working all the way down to our toes. Taking the time to notice any areas we need to be mindful of as we move through this practice today. So it could be an old or new injury that might be bothering you. Remember, if a pose doesn't feel right or is uncomfortable, you do not need to do that pose. Always keep yourself safe in this or any other practice. Completing our body scan and bringing our attention once again to our breath. Let's move on to a 4 square breathing practice, starting with an inhale through the nose of 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain the emptiness. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhaling, notice your posture. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Returning now to your regular breath and just notice your belly rising on the inhale, breathing deeply. Gently open your eyes. Let's roll our shoulders to the back of the room, releasing any tension you might be holding in the shoulders. And now let's roll the shoulders to the front of the room. Beautiful. Making sure your yoga strap is not too close to your neck. We're going to rest our hands on our lap for a moment. We're going to lower one ear towards the shoulder, getting a nice stretch in the side of the neck. One more breath here. Returning to center, and this time changing sides, stretching the opposite side. One more breath. Return to center, lifting the chin high, looking up at the ceiling, stretching the front of the neck. One more breath. Return to center, and this time drawing the chin into the chest, stretching the back of the neck. One more breath here, and returning to our starting position. Now let's roll out the wrists, keeping the wrists healthy. Rolling in the opposite direction. And making a stop sign with one hand and bringing gentle pressure to the fingers just until you feel the sensation of the stretch in the lower part of the wrist. So in this class, we always stop at that first sensation of the stretch in order to stay safe. It's our current range of motion. One more breath here. Now we're going to relax the fingers and lower them, and once again, gentle pressure until we feel the sensation of the stretch along the top of the wrist. One more breath. And let's change hands, making that stop sign, gentle pressure to the fingers, feeling the stretch in the lower part of the wrist. So these are the extensors and flexors of the wrist that we're working with this stretch. One more breath here. Lowering the fingers, once again, gentle pressure, feeling the stretch along the top of the wrist. One more breath, and let's shake it out. Now we're going to engage our fingers into star fingers. So we're spreading the fingers wide apart, engaging all the muscles in the fingers and the palms of the hand. Really feel everything engaging here. One more breath here. Relax the hand, grabbing onto a large jump rope, jumping forward, so rotating the hands away from the body. 2 more rotations. And let's go back to the star fingers, really engaging all the muscles in the fingers and palms of the hands. Relaxing the hand, grabbing that jump rope and jumping backwards, so rotating towards the body this time. And one more rotation, and last time back to star fingers. Beautiful, relaxing the hand. Now take the thumb to the pinky finger and we're going to work up and down the hand. Now we're changing it slightly. The thumb is going to touch the base of the pinky finger and move up and down the hand. Spend a lot of time texting using our thumbs, making sure we've got full range of motion here. And let's shake it out. Beautiful. Dropping your hands by either side of your chair. I'm going to take one hand, reach up to the ceiling, look through the fingers, and then slowly rotate that hand down and change sides. As the hand comes overhead, we'll look up to the ceiling, just waking up the body in this gentle movement. Now we're going to slow it down slightly as we come overhead and add a tiny side bend. Each time we come up, tiny side bend. And we're going to add to that each time that hand comes overhead, deepening the side bend, slowing down as we deepen that side bend. One more time in each direction. Take it all the way over as far as you can comfortably and then change sides. And coming back to center. Beautiful. Sitting nice and tall in your chair. Bring your arms forward, palms of the hands facing each other. Our traveling hand we're going to follow with our gaze. So we're going to start with our left hand. We're going to exhale and draw it behind us. Inhale, draw that hand forward. And changing sides. Exhale, hand travels behind. Inhale, forward. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, once more to each side, exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale. Beautiful. Now we're just going to bring our arms up to the side, having our elbows bent. We're going to think about following our gaze to our elbow as we travel. So we're going to exhale, touch the back of our chair. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, touching the back of the chair with the elbow. Inhale, forward. So it's a nice twist. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We'll do once more to each side. Exhale. Inhale. Last time. Exhale. Inhale, and bring your hands down to your lap. So we've just kind of loosened up the spine a little bit here, doing some of these baby twists. So now we're going to take one hand to the opposite knee, bring the other hand behind you on the chair, sitting nice and tall. And on an exhale, twist, look over your shoulder, and hold here for 8 rounds of breath. Breathing deeply. Notice the muscles resisting this pose as we first move into it. Breathing, giving them a chance to relax. One more breath here. And gently unwind, coming back to our starting position. And now we're going to change sides. So hand to the opposite knee, the other hand behind you on the chair, sitting tall. Exhale, twist, 8 rounds of breath holding here. Just notice if one side of the body is tighter than the other. Perhaps it is, perhaps it's not. Just notice. One more breath here. Slowly unwind, coming forward. Let's roll the shoulders out once again, just to release any tension, and rolling in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the strap off of our shoulder. We're going to bring it shoulder height. Just balance it on your thumbs and close your fingers overhead. Now you're going to have your elbows slightly bent for this next exercise. We're going to try to break the strap. So we're going to pull strongly in both directions, engaging all the muscles in the hands, the arms, all the way to the shoulders. Feel those muscles engaged. Perhaps your arms are shaking a little bit here as you're trying to pull the strap into two. One more breath here, and let's relax for a moment. Remember to keep those elbows slightly bent. And once again, let's engage all of the muscles, pulling that strap apart. One more breath. And relax. This time we're going to take a hand to our waist to bring the other arm forward, just slightly in front of the knees, keeping that elbow bent. And now we're going to pull away with the hand in front of the body, trying to stretch that strap. Engaging all the muscles in the arm, pulling away, feeling it in the shoulders. And relax. And now let's change sides. Doing the same thing, making sure there's a bend at the elbow and pulling away. One more breath. And changing sides last time and pulling away, keeping that elbow bent. And relax and change sides last time and pulling away with the bent elbow. And relax the strap. We're just going to hold on to the strap loosely. We're going to hold on to both ends of our chair. We're going to pick one foot up and we're just going to rotate the ankle in one direction. And let's rotate the other way. And let's add a point and a flex. Point, flex. Let's do that twice more. Last one. Beautiful. Setting that foot down, starting with the other foot, rolling out the ankle. And rolling the opposite way. And once again, point, flex, point, flex. Let's do that twice more. Last time. Beautiful. And setting the foot down. Now we're going to take that strap behind one knee. You're going to draw that strap really close to the knee. Give it a twist so you can hold on to the strap very close to the knee. The free hand is going to grab the chair. We're going to flex our foot and lift the foot up off the ground. We're going to use the strap to help us support the leg as we rotate externally. Sitting nice and tall in your chair, not using your backrest. Engage the low back and abdominal muscles to help you hold upright. Beautiful. 2 more rotations outward. And then we're going to pause. And now let's rotate internally. Using that strap to help support the weight of your leg. Control the movement. And let's do 2 more. Beautiful. And setting that foot down. Now let's change sides. So bringing that strap up behind the knee. Once again on the other side. Give it a twist. And make sure your free hand's grabbing the chair, supporting your nice tall posture here. Flex the foot and lift it off the floor. And let's rotate externally. Using that strap to guide the leg. And 2 more. And pause. And now let's rotate internally. 2 more. Beautiful, and let's set the leg down. Taking that strap on the opposite foot, bringing it around the sole of the foot. Both ends of the strap go into the same hand as the extended foot. We're going to pick the leg up, keeping a micro bend in the knee at all times, using the free hand to grab under the chair to help support us. We're going to take it out to the side for an inner thigh and groin stretch. Making sure you check your knee, make sure there's a micro bend there and you're not hyperextending the joint. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Let's draw that leg forward, grab the strap and bring the foot across the opposite knee, keeping the foot flexed to protect the bent knee. We're going to exhale and lower our body towards our legs, feeling a nice stretch in the hip. If it's painful, you've just lowered a little bit too close to your legs, so just rise up slightly. Now 4 more rounds of breath. Lower a little closer to your legs if it's available. Just intensifying the stretch. One more breath. Beautiful. Slowly rise up. Strap into both hands. Lower that foot. And let's change, bringing the other foot into the strap. Once again, both ends of the strap into the same hand as the extended leg, lifting that leg off the ground, making sure that the knee is slightly bent, holding onto the chair with your free hand, and extending out to the side for our inner thigh and groin check, and just doing another check, making sure the knee is slightly bent. Remember, still sitting nice and tall here. Two more rounds of breath. And let's draw that foot forward, grabbing that strap, bringing it across the opposite knee. Again, foot stays flexed to protect the bent knee. Exhale and lower, feeling the stretch in the hip. And the last 4 rounds of breath, lowering a little closer to your legs if it's available. Final breath here. Beautiful. Let's slowly rise up. Strap into both hands. Let that foot come down. I'm just going to take that strap away. Let it fall to the mat. Beautiful. Now we're going to take our feet on a diagonal. We're going to take our hands. We're going to glide them down our legs, relaxing our back as we lower closer to our ankles. We're going to grab onto the ankles here, and we're going to think about relaxing the back, starting at the low back, working up to the mid-back, the upper back, the shoulders, the neck, and allowing the crown of the head to shine towards your mat. We're going to hold here for 5 rounds of breath. Just relaxing all the muscles in the back of the body. One more breath here. And slowly allow the hands to travel up the legs. Beautiful. Now we're going to slide the hands forward once again, and this time we're going to drop the elbows to the knees. So we're going to take one hand, we're going to rotate and look up through the fingers at the ceiling. We're holding here for 6 rounds of breath. One more breath here. Slowly rotating down, bringing that elbow back to the knees and changing sides. Rotating up, holding, looking through the fingers, 6 rounds of breath. One more breath here. And slowly rotating down, changing sides once again, this time holding for 3 rounds of breath. And slowly rotating down, changing sides, and 3 rounds of breath. Rotating down, and now we're going to move to singles. As soon as you're looking overhead to the ceiling, we're going to slowly rotate down, changing sides. Let's do 4 more singles here. Last one. Beautiful. And both elbows are on the knees. Now we're just going to reach across the body at eye level. Really stretch and reach here, looking through and beyond the fingers. 2 more breaths. Returning to our starting position and now changing sides. Hand is at eye level, looking beyond the fingers. Two more breaths. And placing the elbows back to the knees, having one palm shine up and bringing the opposite arm up and over, looking through to the ceiling. One more breath here. And coming back down, shining the palm up and bringing the opposite hand up and over, look through to the ceiling. One more breath. And returning the elbows to the knees, palms down, and draw your hands up your legs. Come back into a seated position, knees bent 90 degrees, feet flat on the ground. And bringing your hands just to your hips, and we're just going to rotate in a nice circle in one direction. Bring good movement into the lower part of the body, to the spine. One more rotation in this direction. We're going to pause at center and let's rotate the opposite way. So just notice if one direction is easier than the other. One more rotation. And we're going to pause at center. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring our hands down to our sides once again and do a few rounds of cow and cat breath. So with your palms shining forward, inhale and look up to cow. And then exhale, draw your arms behind and arch your back towards the back of the chair for cat. Inhale, reach and look up for cow. Exhale, arch for cat. Inhale, reach up for cow. Exhale and arch for cat. And this time we're going to add a change. So we're going to inhale into cow and rise up into chair. Exhale and sit back down into cat. Inhale, rise into chair pose. Exhale and sit into cat. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. So once again, we're going to roll the shoulders out. Just release any tension. Rolling in the other direction. Drawing one arm across the body, supporting under the elbow, relaxing the shoulders. Taking that hand now up nice and high, touching down to the shoulder and supporting under that elbow. So the elbow's close to the head and pointed upward. One more breath. Releasing that arm and changing sides and bringing the arm across the body, support under the elbow, relax the shoulder. And taking that hand nice and high, touching down to the shoulder, supporting under the elbow, elbow close to the head, pointed upward. One more breath here. And relax. Now taking the toes on a diagonal, bringing your arms into cactus position. So this is a seated goddess. We're going to draw the elbows and palms and hands together in front, squeezing them together. Really squeeze here. Coming back into our neutral position, and this time engaging the shoulder blades as you draw those elbows behind the body. Feeling the chest lift and open. Coming back into neutral. And engage everything by squeezing the palms and the elbows together in front of the body. Coming back into neutral. And once again, engage the shoulder blades and draw everything behind. One more time into neutral. And we're going to lower the hands, bring those feet forward once again. We're going to start with our arms out at the side, and we're just going to do tiny circles, moving and making those circles a little bit bigger and bigger. And try to look for your full range of motion here, whatever that might be today. Nice big circles. And start to shrink those circles again, making them smaller each time, smaller and smaller, and stopping. And now let's change direction. So small circles, slowly getting bigger. Widen the circle. Find your range of motion, whatever it is today. And now let's start shrinking those circles once again. And teeny tiny circles. And let's drop the hands. Let's shrug as we inhale. Exhale, release. Shrug, inhale. Exhale, release. Let's do one more. Shrug, inhale. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Sitting nice and tall. Let's place our hands once again on our lap. Closing our eyes. Taking a moment to notice our breath. Noticing the belly rise on the inhale. Taking the time now to do one final scan of our body from the crown of our head to our toes. This time noticing without judgment any changes from the scan at the start of class. Perhaps you just feel more energetic. Perhaps you feel a little bit more limber. Or perhaps you don't notice anything at all. Just taking a few moments. Completing our scan, bringing our attention once again to our breath. Bring your hands to heart center, keeping our eyes closed. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with this practice today. I hope you realize it really is easy to love yoga. Have a fantastic day. Namaste. And until next time, thank you for joining me.